Welcome back. We begin with BC's Health Minister joining us today, Adrian in town today, probably just for the day for a health announcement. Welcome back to Kamloops, Adrian Dix.
It's great to be in Kamloops.
Yeah.
This has been really the center of a lot of what I've done as Minister of Health so far, so it's always exciting to be here.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're missing the smoke because we've had a couple of heinous weeks.
I know.
Yeah.
It's been tough here. It's been tough all over the province.
Yes. How's it been in Vancouver with the smoke?
It was difficult there for a time. It's been better the last week or so, but everywhere the smoke has been a problem. And of course, the fires themselves are significant issues, and they're going to take a lot of recovery in lots of parts of the province. Really felt it here more in 2017, but with people coming here. But this year has been a different fire year qualitatively, but just as serious.
Yes, absolutely. So earlier this morning, you were at Royal Inland Hospital making an announcement about a family practice learning center that is going to be opening. Maybe you can tell us a bit about that.
So we opened the Urgent Primary Care Center at which is beside Royal Inland Hospital in June. The first in BC. We're going to be putting them all over BC, but we started here in Kamloops, and it's been under operation. It's still the first one in operation. There's others coming in Surrey and other places, but it's the first one. And on the same site, we're opening a family practice learning center, which is a place where people can go and get primary care through if they dial 811, if they're not attached to a family doctor or nurse practitioner now. And it's going to be resident students, residents in medicine, who are coming up here to learn to practice, working with family doctors and providing care to people in Kamloops. It's going to be very exciting. It's really, I think, an extraordinary overall proposal, the first kind of urgent primary care center connected to the hospital, connected to the community. And these are going to be the resident doctors, the doctors of the future.
Yes.
One of the young guys who's with us this morning who's practicing and seeing patients there now. It's already opened. Grew up in South Kamloops. Coming back here to do residency, family practice residency there, it's an extraordinary thing. So it helps address both the doctor shortage problem now, and it also establishes people who will have their own patients, maybe to establish themselves as family doctors in Kamloops in the future, because we don't just need doctors now, we need them in the years to come. So Kamloops has become really the center of primary care in BC, and that's really exciting.
So these doctors are coming as UBC interns, essentially. They'll be watched over by GPs here. The hope, as you mentioned, is that some of them will stay. Please, we want you to stay, because we have that shortage. The numbers aren't, I think, as dire as, you know, we hear numbers about 30%, no doctors in Kamloops. I hear that those numbers are shrinking, but it's still very much a serious problem here, Adrian.
It's down to 1 in 7, but that's a lot if you're one of those one. And some people are in, of course, they're doctors who've been practicing for a long time, who, when they retire, suddenly the situation becomes very challenging. In the last year since I've been Minister of Health in Kamloops, that center is open. There's a community health center that's opened. We've increased the number of MRIs just recently. The MRI machine, which everybody worked to get at Royal Inland Hospital, was operating 102 hours a week when I became Minister of Health. It's now operating 143 hours a week, meaning more patients every week, addressing those wait times. And last week we got to announce that we're ahead of schedule on Royal Inland Hospital. So it's really been a focus here. Excellent acute care. We've got to deal with the doctor shortage and nurse practitioner shortage, and we are, and a new urgent care center. So Kamloops has really been the center. I'm very proud of the work of everyone at Interior Health. There's a doctor who I appointed to the Interior Health Board, it's Dr. Selena Laurie, who's a family practice doctor in Kamloops, who was really in many ways the inspiration of this work with UBC, and she's one of the preceptors, one of the ones working with the resident doctors there, and she's done fantastic work. It's one thing to conceive of this, which we talked about when I met with Dr. Laurie and met with Chris Mazurkiewicz here right in the weeks after I became Minister of Health. It's starting to happen here in Kamloops, and hopefully people will be appreciating that and getting better primary care here. So
tell me this, I know there's people at home who are thinking, oh, I can get my hands on a doctor. How do they make that happen? I hear you said 811. Is it as easy as phoning 811 and they hook you up with somebody down there, or do you walk in?
So you don't walk in, you go through 811 and you connect that way. So you have two parts of the center now. There's the urgent primary care center where they're taking people from the emergency room who don't need to be in the emergency room, but they need urgent care. And we've seen since it started, it's not started fully yet, but 1,000 patients so far. So that's very important for the emergency room. You want to get connected to the Family Practice Learning Center. You're without a family doctor and nurse practitioner, call 811 and get started. But it's an exciting, I think it's an exciting opportunity, and I think it gives you an opportunity as well to start to work with doctors who may well be practicing in Kamloops for decades.
Absolutely, and this will practice clinical hours at sort of 8 to 4. It's open like a clinic would be.
That's right, 8 to 4 Monday to Thursday, 8 to 4 every second Friday, and those hours are going to expand over time. 8 family practice residents every year, so it's going to be over the course of the year. So it's going to be really, really, I think, an exciting place both for them to learn and to work with experienced family practice doctors, but most importantly for people in Kamloops to get excellent primary care.
How many doctors at once will be working in this clinic?
At once, right now there's 2 there and a doctor working with them. But in addition there are nurses, there are physiotherapists, and you're connected with all kinds of services. It's true team-based care. And one of the reasons it's exciting for the resident doctors is they get to work in a team-based environment. Not just doctors, but doctors and nurses, physiotherapists, social workers, the kind of teams that are going to be the future of primary care, and the future is now in Kamloops.
All right, we are almost out of time. We appreciate you being here. We think you should come back on monthly visits to make more announcements.
I love to be here. I'm hoping to come back. I'll probably be back here within the month. I think the work that we're trying to do here, I think Kamloops is the ideal community for that work, and there's always been, I think, a profound community commitment here. And I want to thank all the family practice doctors in Kamloops who've been part of this project as well, because it's a team effort. And if you think of all the people working in healthcare, I think that the age of the individual in healthcare is going away a little bit. We've got to work together in teams, and I think Kamloops is showing the way, and I'm very, very proud of people in Kamloops.
Adrian, thank you for being here today.
It's great to be here. See you soon.
Great announcement today. Again, the Family Practice Learning Center now open at the hospital. If you don't have a doctor, if you'd like to get connected with somebody in that facility, 811 is the number to call. We'll be right back. Stay with us.